one thing that Richard and I both would be in favor of, and probably some of you would too, to turn the air conditioner off. The place feels like a meat locker. I've talked to some people who are very well versed and very knowledgeable about the port, and it is a major issue for our area. There are some major concerns. The question that is asked, would I be for it or against it? Based on the information that I have right now, I would be against it. I don't know whether you know this or not, but the aquifers that supply our water and supply water as far away as Raleigh from here would be highly disturbed if the dredging is done of the river channel to allow the huge, massive ships to be there in the turning basins and all. And it could damage the water sources as far away as Raleigh. So, the environmental impact is huge, I think, from what I gather and what I've learned. And I think that someone is going to have to give me a lot of good information and convince me that it is not going to be as negative as I think it is before I could vote for it. Thank you.
I think right now we've still got extremely too many unanswered questions as it pertains to the port. Yeah, there's pros and cons to it. Yeah, it could bring jobs, it could bring housing, it could bring this, it could bring that, and of course then again the environmental issue. What's it really going to do to us environmentally? Nobody knows at this point. So right now I'm kind of reserved in whether I'm for it or against it because I don't have all the answers. And no one has given us the answers as to what's going to happen here. I do know the infrastructure that's set up. If that port opened today, we've got some serious problems with the roads out there. Our roads, 133, 87, 211, they can't handle this traffic. There's no way. And if we don't put the infrastructure in to support the port, we're shot in the foot right there. One of the questions in the Southport Chamber of Commerce thing was I answered with it. It's going to bring more criminal issues to this area, and do we want that? But if it does come, if it's going to happen, then by golly, we need to make sure that we've planned for it, we've organized, we've got our ducks in a row the first time around. But right now, I'm not for it until I know a whole lot more about this thing. Thank you.
There's one inside of one, so they are still two. Throw one of them up. Again, a little change of meaning. What is your opinion of the current Town of Oak Island fire service provided by 2 fire departments? What fire service should the Yopon Beach Volunteer Fire Department provide to the Town of Oak Island, and what boundaries should it provide primary fire service coverage? Did that make sense? What is your opinion of the current Town of Oak Island fire service provided by 2 fire departments? What fire services should the Yopon Beach Volunteer Fire Department provide to the Town of Oak Island, and what boundaries should it provide primary fire service coverage? I think what they're saying is, why are there 2 fire departments? And what services should the Yopon Beach Volunteer Fire Department provide to the Town of Oak Island? And what boundaries should it provide primary fire service coverage?
Excuse me, sir, that's all that what pertains to that same thing with just a little addition, because that's, I folded them together for that reason.
Okay. All right. 7 or 8 years ago, enabling local legislation allowed communities the option to form fire districts. The Town of Oak Island opted to do so rather than include their fire department costs in their operating budget. As the county collects these fees and returns them to the towns, the charges shows on the county property tax bill, not the towns. In 2008, the legislature permitted the fire fees to be doubled, and the Town of Oak Island promptly took advantage of that. My questions to the candidates are, who decides what property is within which fire district? I live in the Yopon area, but the Yopon Fire Station is not my first responder, despite its proximity. Their district is Casual Beach, and the unincorporated areas of Long Beach Road. My Ocala property taxes are paying for a new $3 to $4 million station servicing casualties. Why? My first responder is instead the new South Harbor Fire Station on the other side of the bridge. Was the district map recently redrawn recently, and why has that been kept a secret from the Oak Pine residents? You want me to read it again? Okay. Is this read? Bill, you want to?
Also had the occasion last week to visit with the volunteer fire department. And my question is, we have a perfectly good volunteer fire department. We need to leave it in place. Sorry, sir. It's my understanding, in fact, I'm pretty sure this, they don't cover just Castle Beach and Beaver Creek. They are also responsible for a section of Long Beach, Opine Beach. I also happen to know that those firefighters are the most highly trained firefighters of any fire department in all of Brunswick County. They spend a lot of time training and every week. And I like the fact that I've got a chance to them me. I live in South Harbor. They do come over there occasionally too. We just extended the contract. The town just extended the contract to that fire department, volunteer fire department, for 10 more years, which I think shows them that they are not underappreciated by everybody. And so I'm in favor of keeping that volunteer fire department, as we've shown by giving a 10-year contract. So thank you.